So I'm going over here to the YouTubers, and hopefully it's all swell, well, and groovy over there, and I can get it edited together. Yeah, there we are. There we are. All right. Okay. Coffee Talk. The VW bus. There we go. I'm ready to sip on coffee. I need a wakey. All that jazz. Yeah, here we go. There we go. So we're definitely public and we're live. Live. I'm ready to sip on coffee. Put some Natalie on. Yes, yes.
Coffee time. My dreamy friend, it's coffee time. Let's listen to some jazz and rhyme and have a cup of coffee. Let me show a little coffee house I know, where all the new bohemians go to have a cup of coffee. Greeting time, the music box is beating time. It's good old-fashioned meeting time, so grab a chair and dig me there, 'cause that's just the place that I'm at. Coffee time, my dreamy friend, it's coffee time. Let's sing this silly little rhyme and have a cup of coffee. So save me a chair, I'll see you there, 'cause that's just the place that I'm at. Coffee time, my dreamy friend, it's coffee time. Let's sing this silly little rhyme and have a cup of coffee. We'll have a cup of coffee, just a little bit of Java. Yeah, we'll have a cup of Joe, don't you know? 'Cause it's coffee time.
It's the time to sippy on the coffee. Happy. Man, I gotta clear my throat on that one. Happy. A super duper happy Friday. Friday is here. The 3rd of April, 2020. Hope everybody's having a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, whatever the case may be when you guys are seeing this vidya, this live stream. Well, it's not probably going to be live when you see it, but it's live now. So yes, I just decided I was going to start coffee sipping a little early, just a few minutes early, not too much earlier, but a few minutes early, because I am having a hard time waking up this morning. I think that was because I was hanging out on Blunt Jams last night. Old Blunt Jams. When my alarm went off this morning at 5:30, I could not figure out what that noise was. It was so funny. It was like, what? And then it was finally it occurred to me what that was. Is my alarm. Man, it sure got got a little cold last night. I mean, I was fine. You know, I stayed cozy and warm, bundled up in my blankets, but it got, I think, in the middle to upper 30s last night here in my neck of the woods, maybe with the wind chill, the low 30s. But I think today it's supposed to be pretty much overcast, cool, and all that jazz. I don't think it's supposed to get out of the 40s at all today. So, yeah, it's just one of those days. And then tomorrow, it's supposed to be cool and all that jazz and overcast until mid-afternoon, and then probably lighten up. But, you know, it's that time of year, man. It's definitely that time of year. Good coffee. Coffee's super hot, super tasty. So, also, I had, let me see what this one was. Has been, okay, here it is. So I got a copyright strike again yesterday on an old video that I put out a while back, and it was a van life vlog. It's been a while, but it was I guess because I was listening to the song Into the Mystic. Once again, it's Warner Brothers music, so I don't know what's up, but yeah, I got a nice. That's the second one in 2 days. I don't know what's going on with the old YouTube stuff, but yeah. And then I think I got two. Oh yeah. I got blocked yesterday. My kind coffee talk yesterday. So actually, I mean, I've been ranking them up. I've never had this happen before by listening to music, so I'm kind of sketched out on listening to certain music. And I got a copyright yesterday when I was on Coffee Talk from the Obla Dee Obla Da song from the Beatles. So they're like, no. So yeah. So, maybe I should be very more careful about the music I'm listening to. So far, that Coffee Talk song hasn't done anything janky. But I woke up then, I was like, man, God, I don't want to get no strikes. So I guess I got to be more careful on the music I listen to. I mean, that's Blunt Jams, man. I mean, it was not even Blunt Jams. It was just Coffee Talk. I get the Beatles. I guess the Beatles is a big deal. Even though it was listened to across the universe, that's Beatles music. But I guess if it's original Beatles music, they get mad. I don't know. I don't know, man. So yeah, yesterday I got off work at 2:30 instead of 3:30. I'm not digging this 35 hours because that also kills my paid time off, my PTO. Because you're supposed to get 40 hours a week. If you get 40 hours a week, you get 4 hours of PTO. Stoner, good morning, brother man. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope you're doing swell, well, and totally hip and groovy. On this Friday, I'm sipping my coffee, waking up. Man, that blunt last night totally cadoodled me. Totally cadoodled me. Had a hard time waking up this morning. Still having a hard time waking up. And Bryson's, his new days off are Thursdays. It used to be Wednesdays. Or, Wednesdays used to be his days off. And now it's been Thursdays. So Bryson's not even here on Thursdays to be a part of Blunt Jams. That's why I'm looking forward to all this COVID weirdness to go away. Because if anybody's ever in my neck of the woods or feel like they want to travel to my neck of the woods to be on Blunt Jams or Coffee Talk, I highly encourage it. Oh yeah, sleep's got, I bet you a lot of people's sleep's got out of whack, you know, because a lot of folks don't, I don't know. I keep my sleep patterns, pretty much try to keep them on this, you know, on a decent pattern. I don't know how I'm going to react if I get laid off. I hope I don't get laid off, knock on wood, that it don't happen. It's a scary thought there, Stoner. I know. So yeah, it's supposed to be cool weather in my neck of the woods through the weekend. I know, and that's a very sobering, reality wake up call right there. You know, Stoner. Yes, there is so many people unemployed right now, fighting for unemployment. So yeah. I'm very lucky. I count those blessings, man. Count those blessings. Oops. A little bumpy. Yeah, I'm definitely having a hard time waking up. I'm like, come on, coffee, do your job. Do your job. Wake me up. Man, let me tell you that blunt of Sunset Sherbert, jeez Louise. I mean, it did. It was good. It was good. But I'm glad it's the weekend. You know, it's amazing how quickly still for me the week flies by, you know. I mean, I'm grateful I got work to do and all that jazz. But it is amazing how quickly the week flies by. So yeah, who knows why you can't interact, man? I don't know, Stoner. I don't know, man. I don't know. You know what's funny, though? I woke up this morning kind of hungry. I wonder why. It's an unusual thing for yours truly to kind of wake up a little hungry, but obviously the cannabis from last night was very strong on the cannabinoid side to make you hungry. I'm just really bummed that I can't go play disc golf, man. Like, I mean, I know they're doing it for safety reasons, but it kind of doesn't make sense to me because most of the parks are still open for you to go walk around, but the disc golf baskets have been pulled or got signs on them. But what stops me from throwing at trees? I don't know, man. I'm just gonna have to go vlog this and see what's going on. Oh yeah, that's strange, Stoner. Thought I heard a little pitter patter of rain, but I don't. There's not even birds out this morning. No birds singing, which is very unusual. Yep, that's the roots of disc golf, Stoner. You know, trees, mostly trees, telephone poles, just objects were used. You know, that's how they started it. So, yeah, you know, maybe, just maybe. Unless the city closes down the parks, then it's like, no. But I'm pretty sure they haven't closed the parks down yet. I don't know, there was somebody about 2 o'clock this morning hot rodding up and down the street out front here, which really surprised me. Maybe it was those street outlaw guys, I don't know. But somebody was out hot rodding. And I was under the impression Oklahoma City is now under a curfew from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. But whoever it was out at 2 o'clock this morning, hot rodding. Yep, trash cans, 5-gallon buckets, you know, so many things, you know. And that might just be what I have to do. Because, I mean, disc golf for me is such an outlet, you know, to get away from things, to think about things, to deal with things, and to have that taken away, it's just like, geez. I know it's for everybody's safety. I understand that. A little windy out there. You can hear the wind kind of picking up. Oh, that's cool, Stoner. Maximum time aloft. Yeah, those older discs, man, the Whammos, you know, the Frisbees, boy, those would definitely have some maximum airtime, I'll tell you that. That's what I like about my big Condor, man. It's like almost like a Whammo. Get some maximum airtime with that one too, man. But it's the weekend. It's definitely the weekend, man. You only recently got an official disc? Oh yeah, they feel, they're much different than a Frisbee. Yes. That's cool. You just recently. You got a full set, man? You got like a putter, a driver, and a mid-range? It blows my mind how some disc golfers will have like 20, 30 in a bag that they carry around and use. Which I understand, you know, each one does a different thing. But man, you really don't need that many. That's my opinion. I mean, I got like, I don't know, 7 or 8 in my bag, and they each do different things. I'm just like, man, I'm having a hard time waking up. That's like, it's not the bummer part about blunt jams, but you gotta be prepared if you gotta work the next day. If you're on blunt jams, make sure you're sipping on the coffee, strong coffee next morning. If you gotta get up early, so. Oh, heck yeah, stoner. Let's get some more coffee. Let's get some more coffee. Just a little bit more. But yeah, last night when we were hanging out in Blunt Jams, I mean, I understand there's much more, you know, healthier delivery systems for cannabis. I understand that. You know, I do vape, you know, and I do, you know, have flower, and occasionally I'll have an edible. Oh, that's cool. My main drivers are pretty much Bosses and Valkyries and a T-Bird. An Eagle are my drivers, and then I got an F2 Rock and my Condors for my mid-ranges, and then I got for my putters, I got a Rhino and an AVR. You like smoking bud the best? A lot of folks do, man. A lot of folks do. But to tackle a big fat blunt like the ones I roll, 2 grammers, you know, minimum 2 grammers. Yeah, it's definitely a wrestling match. Seems like sometimes to tackle those on a solo mission. But I do take pride in my blunt rolling skills. I do. I enjoy it. Just enjoy them thoroughly, how they smoke and all that. And like I said, it all depends on the flower you're using as well. Yeah, it's still early in your neck of the woods, Stoner. 5:47 in your neck of the woods. 6:47 in my neck of the woods. Yeah, 5:47 in my neck of the woods this morning. I was just trying to wake up, man. I was just like, oh. But I look forward tomorrow to go to Mom's place, see her, get some things done around her house, you know. I wish I can stay. I wish I can give my mom a hug. You know, I wish I can actually eat lunch with her, eat breakfast with her. But I can't. But I'm not the only one in the same boat, you know. a friend of mine, she was saying that when she goes to her mom's, that they all hang out outside, like sit out in the backyard, you know, away from each other, a good distance, but, you know, that's how they hang out. I'm still a little scared about that because how wind particles carry things. So that's what I was telling my mom. I was like, you know, I would like to hang out with you in the backyard or sit with you on the front porch, but the wind, you know, I'm worried about that. I know. And that's Stoner, that's why it's a smart virus, man. It could pick hosts, you know, just to be carriers. It could pick hosts to become, you know, full-blown coronaviruses, you know. It could pick hosts to mutate, so the next person is going to be a younger person. It's a smart virus, man. That's the scary thing about it. Oh, yeah? I mean, I don't read too much up on the virus itself. I mean, I read some, but then if I do, I get a little worried. I just figured maybe, you know, if we were, but, you know, I mean, maybe I should, you know, ask one of those doctor groups. You know, there's like a bunch of groups that people are discussing coronaviruses. It's like, would it be a problem, you know, to visit my mom if we were both hanging outside? Would it, you know, cause her to be at risk if I'm just outside with her? Because, you know, I really want to know. I wish there was a way I could disinfect myself every time I go in my mom's house, but obviously there's no way we can afford anything like that. So, but I'm going to try to save all that ranting and that yip-yapping for my COVID vlog. But I know it's always on my mind. You know, I just keep a positive thing over everything. You know, that's all I can do. You gotta stay positive. But I'll tell you this, on another goofier note, this is the last of my Jack Herrera right here. This little piece of pot right here is the last of my Jack Herrera. And I got this eighth, which is like little over 3 grams. I got this eighth 2 Fridays ago, my last paycheck, and this is how long I can let that stretch. But I'm using one of these little things right here, you know, little bats, little what they call, I guess, single hitters or whatever. But I'm proud of myself. I've let that thing go on. You want some of that shroomer doomer? some mind goodness right there. Yeah, I got some conscious expanding grooviness about 2 weeks ago, because I was like, well, I'll get me a big bag of that, you know, in case I go on lockdown. I got nothing to do but sit around and enjoy a day of sitting around. So yeah, you know, it's all natural. I'm all about the natural aspects of things. You know, that's just very much who I am. So, and, you know, so many studies are out there about the studies of psilocybin and how it's good for depression. I'm not depressed. I'm far from it. But, you know, especially in this time of weirdness, you know, a lot of people get down, get scared, and all that. And psilocybin can definitely put your whole mind and body and just existence into a whole nother perspective on everything. So therefore it's very, very, very good for therapeutic use. In Colorado, they've just basically made it legal for personal use and studies to be studied on it, on psilocybin. If you was to live over there in the Netherlands, where our friend Kristen lives, our wonderful friend Kristen, you can go to smart shops and get yourselves truffles. At one time, you can actually get mushrooms, they were wet mushrooms. You couldn't buy dry mushrooms. You can only get wet mushrooms. But then the Dutch government changed the laws, and now it's just truffles, which is basically stronger than shrooms. But yeah. Yeah, very mellow. Very mellow. Speaking of mellow, it's about that time. So I'm going to send you guys outro with some mellowness. You know, we've been doing some Beatles and other groovy jams. It's been a while since I've sent you guys out on some Grateful Dead. Grateful Dead. But I'm going to send you guys out with some Grateful Dead. Here's some Sage and Spirit for some positivity on this Friday morning. I do appreciate you hanging out with me this morning, Stoner. Oh, I can tell you some stories myself. Yeah, this old Stoner. So we'll be sipping on coffee in the morning. Same coffee sipping time. 6:30 in the a.m. because I got to get up and go to my mom's. That'll be 4:30 a.m. over on the West Coast. 7:30 a.m. on the East Coast. And everything else in between. Of course, we'll hang out today on another live stream, my COVID vlog, aka my COVID live stream. Such a relaxing, mellow jam right there by the Grateful Dead. A little Sage and Spirit to get you guys out of here. Thank you, Stoner, for hanging out with me and chilling out in the VW bus this morning. I do appreciate it, my brother, my super duper brother from a super duper another mother. Have a most excellent Friday, my friends, and a weekend if I don't see you. So be kind to one another and be grateful for every single moment and moments of the day. Because we don't know. We don't know. Peace, love, and Volkswagen Grease. A vlogcast.